Now to new details on a cybersecurity attack that's shutting down local government offices. It's been hours since the systems were taken offline. Now at 3, Brittany Weir joining us live now in Lorain County with an update. So Brittany, what's the latest from out there?
Nicole, Lorain County commissioners say they are still investigating what they're calling a network security incident. Now, this cyber attack leaving essential departments closed for the remainder of the day here on Friday. Now, 19 News, we spoke to people who showed up here to the Justice Center this afternoon and were met with this unfortunate surprise when they realized they could not go in for courts and filing documents. They said they also are extremely concerned that their personal information could fall in the wrong hands. Lorain County Court of Common Pleas, General Division, Domestic Relations, Juvenile Court Divisions, and Lorain County Adult Probation all closed on Friday. The county says this is out of an abundance of caution due to a network security incident. They released a statement saying protecting the security and privacy of personal information is of the utmost importance to the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. 19 News spoke to Ra Allah, who was involved in a lawsuit. He had a deadline of May 30th to file his documents. At first, he was worried that the cyber attack would impact his case. Thankfully, it did not. But now his worries turn to his personal information being leaked.
Well, anything concerning like cybersecurity, you don't know what type of important documents or important information that could be lost or what type of information that could be gained by the wrong people. So it's definitely an issue and concern for the public.
And county officials say they are working with third-party experts on this investigation. We continue to ask them the scope of this security incident, but we have not heard back. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more. But we do want to stress that Lorain County Sheriff, 911, and Emergency Management are still operational. Now, coming up at 4, we spoke to a man who showed up here today and was completely blindsided by this closure. Live in Lorain County, Brittany Weir, 19 News.